magandang hapon po sa atin lahat. Right, so I just wanted to introduce myself. Just a bit more introduction. So my name is Raj Olympia. I am the CEO and co-founder of Malaya Tech Consulting Incorporated. So in terms of like who I am and what I've done, before I was part of the digital transformation team in finance of one of the big pharmaceuticals here in the Philippines. And in terms of like the growth that I got from that stint, really we were tasked to transform and digitize a lot of the finance processes. So medyo free for all sila sa amin. And we were really able, me and my co-founders, we were really able to really get a lot of experience from listening to process and helping them digitize and really harden their processes. So given that, we decided to create our own company, Malaya Tech Consulting. And from there, we're able to help in the telco space, the retail space, manpower, manufacturing, pharmaceutical again, real estate. And more than anything, just talk about us. We always talk about how we break business barriers by implementing business systems. So if you could give me a few seconds to talk about the streams that we have. So we are an implementing partner. So in other words, we customize these solutions for specific industries. So the first is Anaplan, which is an enterprise-grade management reporting and planning system. So it's amazing at customizing its functionalities for whatever our businesses need. The second, which I think is our hero product for this crowd, is Odoo. So we are an implementing partner for Odoo. For those of us who don't know too much about Odoo, Odoo is an all-in-one platform that has apps under a single subscription. You have a subscription to any apps that we may need to manage our business. So I'll talk about that a bit in a few seconds. And finally, as Malaya Tech Consulting, we also have our in-house products and services. With us is going to be your cheapest cloud solution, Malaya Payroll, as well as the servicing that we do for small businesses, as well as professionals like lawyers and doctors. So, I wanted to do a thought experiment with you guys and ask what seems to be a very simple, simplistic question. So, tanong po tayo. I'm a business owner, tas gusto ko malaman, nakapagbayad na ba si customer? So parang simple question, di ba? But I think you know where I'm going at. And actually, for those who don't understand Tagalog, this is really just a question of, has the customer paid us? Right, so there's a couple of things that actually this might mean. The first thing is, which month? Kunwari subscription-based tayo na service, we want to know, has the customer paid last month? Or has he not paid in 3 months, half a year? It can also be a question of, does the customer even have the invoice? Na ibigay ba natin yung invoice sa customer? Or, baka naman walang issue. It may be, for example, that we have good payment terms and your customer is really just taking advantage of it. He's waiting for those 30 days before payment. Or, let's talk about what can be actually wrong is maybe we don't have a stock of the item that our customer wants. Or, related to this, manufacturing po tayo, na-delay yung manufacturing order. Or, let's say we're project-based, baka we may be milestone-based and we're waiting for the first milestone to be done. Or, may logistics issues. Hindi pa po natin na-deliver yung item. Or, ito, malala. Hindi pa pala nagko-confirm si customer nung sales order. So, you get my point, right? Ang daming pwedeng mangyari in such a simple question. So, anong kailangan ng business? Siguro, kailangan niya ng app or help that will track subscriptions if we're a subscription-based company. Or, a sales app para natatrack po natin the invoices that we're sending to our customers. Or inventory. We want to make sure that our inventory levels are healthy so that we can give our products to our customers. Or finance. Ayusin naman natin yung mga payment terms natin. Track tayo if we reconned it sa bank. Manufacturing app, if we have manufacturing orders. Sales app, to track those deliveries. Project management, or CRM. Dami, no? Business owner ka lang, ang dami mong kailangan malaman. So this is exactly where Malaya Tech Consulting comes in. One of our hero products, which is Odoo, is a single subscription software to get you all these apps to run your business. So, anong iniisip ni Odoo as a software provider? Ang inisip niya is this idea of single-purpose software for all the aspects of our business. So, kunwari, meron tayong QuickBooks for accounting. We have Google Calendar for our appointments. We have HubSpot for our sales, our customer relations, or Salesforce, kunwari. So the unique selling factor, proposition of Odoo is that we'll give it to you in a single software. So in my experience, this is one of the biggest issues of a lot of companies trying to digitize themselves. Sige, kuha tayo ng software na ganito for our sales. Kuha tayo ng software for our accounting. And I will tell you that most of our customers coming from this situation have paid double software for each single app that they have to do. They've paid subscription for the integration between these apps. And they generally have rank and file people who are confused by the number of apps that they have to access. Odoo seeks to fix all that. And this is basically what we offer. But the main point of my talk really wants to talk about Odoo as an operational in an ERP system. So, I will throw out a big word. It's ERP. This means Enterprise Resource Planning. But I will sort of like play around with my definition of ERP. For those who are new to this concept, an ERP is not just an accounting system. And I want to challenge that the sort of ERP that we want to do is a system where your organization can collaborate on its backbone operations. This is one of the biggest challenges that Odoo and Malaya Tech Consulting wants to say, na parang, let's expect more from our systems. Hindi lang siya pwedeng accounting na lang these days. So, I'm seeing a lot of small and medium enterprise entrepreneurs, and my goal is to convince you that having a system, an operational system, is something that's good for the company. But I don't want to have at it by saying, hey, IT for IT's sake. So I will come up and talk about 3 points about how an ERP or an operational system helps your people, how it grows your employees. So medyo different yung tackle ko nito. So I'm going to be giving 3 points as to how your ERP is going to up the quality of your people. So medyo related siya sa previous speaker, no? All about upskilling people. All right, let's take our first point. The first point is this idea that a lot of our people are mired or they're doing menial tasks. So on the screen, I have an example of a sales manager taking care of an Excel sheet tracking yung targets ng mga salespeople niya. So may customers po tayo sa columns, may product tayo sa rows, track tayo. O ilan yan yung nagawa ng sales ko. So obviously, I think we know that there's a lot of manual work that's involved. Number one, kailangan ko siyang inputan. I have somebody who's bringing in those actuals. What happens if we have a process na kailangan siyang verified the finance? Paano yung data niyan? So there's a lot of issues there. What an operational system and a good operational system does is that it takes you away from tasks that are menial and shifts you towards strategic tasks. So this is an example of a CRM on Odoo. So explain ko lang po kung anong ginagawa niya. The sales system, the sales funnel, for those who aren't super familiar, actually has phases. Meron tayong nakikilala natin yung customer. That's called a new opportunity. then it becomes an opportunity kasi nakausap na po natin si customer. We've established some sort of relationship with them. And then there's another stage where we actually we have a proposition. Bibigyan po natin sila ng quotation. Oh, this is how much my products cost. And the dream of everybody is we actually win those customers. So at Malaya Tech Consulting, this is how we handle our customers. We pull them through the funnel, the sales funnel, kumbaga. So at any point in time, I know that customer A is, hey, I still need to talk to him. Si customer B, okay, nasa ano na kami, negotiation. I want to be giving them a good deal. And dream ko, sana napunta lahat sa one. So this is the idea na imbes na magtatrack tayo ng sales, operational, strategic na yung gamit natin ng system. So I can start asking questions like, hey, why is it that I have so many qualified that I cannot pull through the proposition? Why is that I can't interest my customers enough to actually start looking at quote, cost of ownership? So strategic na yung decision making natin sa kanya. So my example right now, sales, but I have a lot more examples for the other parts of your organization. But again, this idea that with a system, you're bringing them out of these menial tasks and pulling them over to strategic and decision-making tasks. Second point. This is, I want to sort of like symbolize this idea of the horrible Windows Explorer folder. Dami nating folders, dami nating kailangan i-track ng mga dokumento. And I want to talk about how the risks of such a system are going to be like. Number one, paano kung na-corrupt yung laptop na meron ito? Or number two, what if the person who's handling this organization resigns and I now have to turn over that complex folder system to another person? Okay. What Malaya Tech Consulting does is that it introduces or makes people more compliant and secure. So, I want to take a few minutes to talk about the dreaded document, the dreaded operational ERP document. So, ano ba yung document, guys? If you were to push me about why we have documents at our organizations, I will give you one answer, and that answer is process. We don't have documents for document's sake. Ang opinion ko is that we have documents because we want to execute a process. So let me give you an example. Something I hope that as entrepreneurs we've experienced. This idea of procure to pay process. We want to buy supplies. We want to buy a service. That is a process na hopefully maganda yung process. So anong ibig sabihin ng process, ng magandang process ng procure to pay? Well, ang inisip ko, number one, first step ng process is that I should be canvassing more than one vendor. I should be looking at quotations from supplier A, B, C, looking at their quality, looking at the prices. Number two, siguro, I should have some formal way of telling a vendor that I want your product. So sasabihin ko sa inyo, okay, I want 10 quantity of product B. I want it delivered in 2 months. So, alam na ng vendor, alam ng supplier that there is an agreed service or good that needs to exchange between us. Second, next part of the process, ayun, delivery. As a company, I want to make sure that I received those goods, I've checked their quality, and I'm okay with them. Fourth part of the process, gusto ko sana, may partners tayo eh. Your vendors are partners. So obviously, I want to pay them. I want to make sure that I have a good relationship, pay them on time. Tapos sa finance, dapat na-update yung inventory, na-update yun. So this is the idea of a good process. So just to go back to it, ang ibig lang sabihin is that your procurement is doing their job well. I'm getting you good products at really affordable rates. I'm paying my suppliers and taking care of my relationship with them. And I'm reporting all of this. So balik tayo sa document. A document represents that we followed that process. So, anong sample niyan? There is what's called a call for tender document. A call for tender document says that, hey, nag-survey kami ng 3 vendor. Nakakapag-compare tayo ng prices. Oh, what's another document? Yung holy grail na purchase order document. So when we have a purchase order document, this is the holy grail of any supplier. Kapag nabigyan na ako ng purchase order ng kliyente ko, ibig sabihin, all systems go. We're agreed. We're agreed with timelines. We're agreed with products. And obviously, the other documents that we need, official receipt, sales invoice, all these are telling us that we are following a process well. And that is exactly what an ERP or an operational system like Odoo does. It gives us documents to make sure that our employees are following good processes. So ang kwento ko naman dito is one of my proudest clients, which is sila yung nag-pioneer po ng mga test kits dito sa Philippines. Good friend, yung CFO. Tapos ang sabi ng CFO niya sa amin is that, "Nako sir, do you know that we talk on documents already?" So this is an example. This is a sales quotation document, and you see on the left side what is called the chatter box. Dito natin natatrack kung anong nangyari sa document. This is telling me that this sales order was resent today after it was modified a few days ago. Another example that I've done this is, alright, yung same tanong natin, nakapagbayad na ba si customer? I have a purchase order document that I'm looking at that tells me that I have sent, for example, payment. Okay? So, ang sabi ng CFO is that for some reason, my people are now more compliant. They have more security in the processes that they've done. So let's go back to how this helps our people. Well, number one, wala ka ng issue sa attrition. So if your people understand that some people move on to their next job, when there is a system, sasabihin ko sa inyo, mas madaling turnover. Wala ka nang ito-turnover ng mga documents. You just need to walk them through the process. And if it's a good system like Odoo is, it's even easier to turn over a process like that. So what you're doing is that you're making your processes more robust, more compliant, and getting away from risks. So let's go to our third way that we help our employees. So this is my catch-all for trying to describe how people think in in smaller settings. So I call this micro way of thinking. So bigyan ko po kayo ng example nito. I am an warehouse manager. I am dealing with around 15 SKUs. I know what the packaging looks like. Kaya ko siyang i-inventory daily. I am a finance in accounts receivable. I have around 20 people. I can maintain an Excel sheet that monitors whether my customers have paid. I know these customers. I know their numbers by heart. Kaya ko siyang bantayan. And I love these people. I love these people kasi sila, talagang they like their process. Kaya nilang magpuyat para mag-recon, mag-bank recon. Or kaya nilang magpuyat to take care of their accounts receivable or to update their inventory. But the next question is, what happens if those 10 SKUs now become 500 SKUs, 1,000 SKUs na may 5 variant kasi iba-iba yung kulay? What happens when those 10 customers become 100 customers, become 1,000 customers? Ano, magbabantay tayo ng accounts receivable for all of them? What I'm seeing in most of our implementations is that most companies have good employees. So itong kwento naman nito is from a few days ago. So two days ago, scoping kami. Sabi ni Kuya, "Sir, we need to take care of what's called reordering rules." So ang reordering rules, guys, ito yung parang may inventory ka. Tapos kapag bumaba yung inventory ng 5, mag-reorder na ako para ma-replenish siya. So sabi ko, "Sir, Odoo has replenishment." So mag-auto purchase order kami. So we will order that item for you, basta ma-reach niya yung level na yan. Tapos sabi ni Kuya, Sir, hindi po pwedeng static yung reordering level. Sabi niya, month on month, it changes. So ang context nito guys is they are a baking supplies firm, company. So very sensitive sila sa expiration ng mga SKUs nila. So sabi nila, Sir, kapag bumababa na yung demand, kailangan yung reordering level ko bumaba din. So this person, in his Excel sheet, was updating the actual demand of his products and setting reordering rules per month. Tapos sabi niya, Sir, di ko na kaya. I cannot do this anymore. My system has to help me. And this, guys, is very typical of the implementations that we do in Malaya Tech Consulting. Your people are going to start thinking in a scalable way. Your people you have good people, and they're gonna say, Sir, there is a better way to do this. There is a way to do this without staying overnight at the office. And they become more demanding. And what actually I see in most of our implementations is people who are creative enough to improve their processes and ask more from systems like ours. Ask more from what Odoo can do. And the last question is, why? Why do we want people like this? And as I look out to you guys, people who have small, medium enterprises, nandun kasi siya guys. We want to grow. We want to do more. We want to do more. We want to have more customers than what we have now. We want to explore more SKUs than what we're carrying right now. And the proposition is, one of the enablers is an operational system, an ERP system that helps us all collaborate on the backbone operations that we do on a day-to-day basis. So with that, I wish us all luck. Consider us Malaya Tech Consulting. We are over at SS4. And really, I just want to summarize this by talking about how ERP systems, operational systems, help our people move from menial tasks to strategic tasks, help us with compliance and security, and help us scale up.
Business today are often burdened with disconnected features from single apps, making it difficult to manage various operations effectively. At Malaya Tech, we understand these business challenges. We help our clients with tailored solutions by integrating their processes into one cohesive system. Through this, our clients are now experiencing the freedom to focus on creating breakthrough innovations and reaching new heights. Break free from business barriers with Malaya Tech.